So, Avengers, I hate to break it to you, but you're not the greatest movie of the summer. You, however, you're good.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me
Okay, so just yesterday, actually 2 days ago, I saw The Dark Knight Rises, and holy crap, my whole world changed. It is exactly, I don't know why I'm holding this, it is exactly how a trilogy should be, and it is the, so far, great, well actually it's gonna be, it's the greatest movie of this summer. I don't care what people say about The Avengers. The Avengers was great, Avengers definitely amazing, and I don't care about money or anything of how much money this movie brings in or how much anything. Dark Knight Rises, in my opinion, is the best movie of the summer. It is the, as everyone knows, but just in case you don't, it is the third and final movie by Christopher Nolan in the Dark Knight series, bringing back Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne, and then adding in some kind of new characters. We still have Commissioner Gordon, I can't remember the actor's name. We also have Alfred, same characters like that, but then adding in Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, Selina Kyle, and Tom Hardy as Bane. Now, Bane was ridiculous. Bane is a great villain. They could not have chosen a better actor for Bane. He did a great job at Bane. Bane was just an amazing villain, especially how he plays into the story. I don't want to give too many spoilers out. I will have a spoiler video later, just talking about the story, so in case nobody could connect it, like I know probably everyone connected it, but just so I can like talk about it because it is something to talk about. Bane did a great job at his role. He was a great villain too in the movie, like to end the trilogy, he's a great villain. But moving on from that, The Dark Knight Rises takes place 8 years after The Dark Knight. So this is 8 years after Harvey Dent was killed. After Harvey Dent went off on his killing spree and ended up killing himself, basically, and wounding Batman. Of course, Batman took the fall for this, and so he has been hidden for 8 years. But one thing I couldn't figure out is how no one had seen Batman in 8 years, plus no one had seen Bruce Wayne in 8 years. I can't believe no one made a connection into who he was, like how he was Batman. Moving on from that, they did a great job in introducing Catwoman, Selina Kyle, Anne Hathaway's character, I'm not giving too much away, but by introducing her as a maid. People already know she's Catwoman, so when they see her in the building, they already know something's going on, but she is a maid in the building, and she has the luck of going to serve Bruce Wayne and ends up stealing something from him. I'm not going to say what, but that leads into the story of how you find out who Catwoman is. I also like how, I don't care what people have said, but Anne Hathaway is an amazing Catwoman. She definitely beats Michelle Pfeiffer and Halle Berry by a lot. Like, I love how unlike the other Catwoman movies, this really isn't only a Catwoman movie, it's definitely just a Batman movie. They don't show how she became Catwoman. She's kind of just a cat burglar that took the cat persona way far, and they really don't actually ever call her Catwoman, I don't think, unless I just didn't hear it. But she has her goggles that allow her to like see better. I don't know exactly what they do, but then when she flips them up, they make like the sort of cat ears. So I'm guessing they are Catwoman. Also, because she's a cat burglar, they put the connection together. But they really don't show how she became who she is. They just show that she was a poor person, and she just started robbing and was really good at it, I guess you could say, and also great at fighting. They bring Bane into the movie very well in a sort of secret way, and then as they're moving on through the movie, they move on with Bane's story, and they sort of tell you how Bane became who he is. And when they bring Batman in for the first time, he is great. When he comes in, he just has all the new technology. He has the Bat, which is people would know as the Batwing, but it's this flying vehicle. That thing was great. They bring him in immediately on the Bat Cycle because he does not have the tumbler anymore, even though there are many more tumblers, which later Bane steals and uses himself. But Bane is brought in, and he's sort of chasing after him, and then all of a sudden Bane thinks by turning around he can, like, he'll do something, but ends up that the police are just going after Batman. And so Commissioner Gordon, it got a little bit messed up, so he isn't on the case anymore. He's in the hospital right now, but he's not on the case, and so the guy in charge just wants to go after Batman to get the fame. So not giving too much away, that is about basically how the movie starts out and how Batman comes into effect. adding into that, there's another character, the cop slash detective, because he ends up becoming a detective. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character. I cannot remember his first name, but I know his last name is Blake. Now, there is a side story onto that, but I'm not going to say it because it'd be too much spoilers, but he is a great main character. He really goes in, he already puts together that Bruce Wayne is Batman because he just can put it together. He's the only smart one in the movie because honestly, if you knew Bruce Wayne, you'd be able to put it together. And he put it together in the easiest way, seeing that he was feeling the same way anyone else would feel, and that's why he became a cop. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character was a orphan just like Bruce Wayne, and he really just wanted to end up like helping people in a way, so that's exactly what Bruce Wayne wanted to do in a way. So it's moving, they're both feeling the exact same thing. That's why Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character puts together who Batman is. Now, people find out who Batman is in this movie a little bit, not as much. Bane definitely knew early on, and that's how he ends up torturing him. And you see that in the trailer, him like saying he wants to torture him and he won't kill him. But the battle between the Dark Knight and Bane is great because the first battle, Batman gets his ass kicked, and the second battle he's been training and moving on and trying to get back at Bane, and he still is pretty much getting his ass kicked. He just has a little bit of an advantage. Also, they talk about Bane's story a lot, and it gets really confusing. That's why I want to do the second video on telling you guys about the story of Bane. But there's the new character of Miranda Tate, and she was great. She's sort of Bruce Wayne's new love since Rachel died, but also there's the connection between Catwoman and Batman as always, and actually Bruce Wayne and Anne Hathaway, or Selina Kyle. Sort of that connection. You don't really see it until later on, but Miranda Tate definitely has that connection. And also the whole movie revolves around something to do with Bruce Wayne, how Bruce Wayne is losing his money and basically losing the company because he has been gone for so long and his assets are just shrinking. Also, Alfred plays a big part in the beginning of the movie. Basically, the whole movie at the beginning, for a good maybe 20 minutes, you don't see Bruce at all. You sort of see a shadow of him, but you mostly see Alfred and how they're celebrating Harvey Dent Day at Wayne Manor, and how Commissioner Gordon has to deal with the fact that the guy that he's celebrating over is actually the guy who threatened to kill his son and wife, and I guess daughter, I don't know who else it was, but who threatened to kill his family. And so you see Commissioner Gordon having to deal with that as he wrote a speech and he was going to say it, and then he puts it away and goes maybe at another time since they're celebrating this hero. But later, of course, everything plays out correctly and Batman becomes the hero, and this is just a great trilogy. I do not want to give too much away. You have to go see it. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. If you have, leave a comment below on what you guys thought of it. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, do what you want to do. This movie is definitely the greatest movie ever. This is a movie I will buy on DVD when it comes out. I will keep this trilogy. I have the Batman Begins and the Dark Knight on DVD already. I will keep this trilogy, and I will keep it pretty much until the day I die. This is an amazing trilogy. This definitely ties up with good trilogies like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I also am going to make a trilogy video that I want to talking about good and bad trilogies, just to link up what this can compare to, which really can't compare to anything, because this was just an amazing trilogy. The Christian Bale Dark Knight will always be something I can look back and watch. But anything else with this movie was definitely a movie. It was 2.5 hours. It was definitely a movie that kept you on the edge of the seats. You felt what the characters were feeling. You really could connect with what was happening. They really built up the character story so you really could feel how they were being hurt, and how, like, Bruce Wayne was getting hurt all the time. You could kind of feel the pain he was feeling with how much he screamed and all that stuff. Really, this movie, it was 2 hours and 45 minutes. You could feel that it was a long time, but it was always keeping you in the movie. Like, you always want to watch it. This movie was not in 3D, as most people know, but I definitely believe it should not have been in 3D. It was definitely great as 2D. This movie was just amazing. This movie is definitely a movie I want to see again. I will probably see it sometime next week, as well as upcoming. I think I have movies basically for the next couple of weeks that I definitely want to go see, such as Step Up, Revolution, Total Recall, and then The Bourne Legacy, I think, is after that on all of Friday. So I definitely want to go see those. So guys, as I said, tell me what you guys thought of The Dark Knight Rises. If you haven't seen it yet, then you're just stupid. No, you're not stupid, but if you haven't seen it yet, definitely you should go see it. I'm trying to represent Batman here, but Batman is amazing. He is definitely my favorite superhero, and I would recommend going to see The Dark Knight Rises. But if you have seen it, leave a comment below on what you guys thought of it, and make sure to subscribe, like the video, do what you want to do, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.